What's up, boxing world? The 13th round with Freddylokz here to talk about yesterday's exciting fights, man. HBO put together a beautiful triple header. On the undercard, we had Daniel Jacobs versus Ishe Smith in a somewhat pretty exciting fight, man. I'm liking the step up. I like when young knockout artists, have to switch over to their third and fourth gear and find other ways to win, man. And I mean, it's kind of hard to look good against Ishe Smith, but in my opinion, Daniel Jacobs, he looked alright, man. He looked pretty good. He passed his test, not with flying colors, but he passed it, and that's the important part, Can't wait to see him back in the mix. Ishe Smith said he's moving back down to 154, so we'll see what happens there. He's gonna become he's pretty much a gatekeeper now. Ishe Smith is that dude that once you beat, you're almost ready for them. Top 15, top 20, maybe even top 10 fighters, you know what I mean? And it was good. It was a good fight. It was really good. We also had Robert the Ghost Guerrero. He went up against Klassen, and he did something that we're not used to seeing, from him. He outboxed the shit out of this dude, man. He looked beautiful in the beginning, in and out. He was pivoting to his right. He was doing everything beautiful, counter punching, and something happened midway through the fight. You can tell he hurt his hand, but what I loved was the way he closed the show, man. He didn't depend on the crowd, being that it was a Mexican-American crowd in Texas. He didn't depend on none of that shit, man. This man wanted to take his title, and that's the way it should be done. Whether you're hurt, whether you're cut, whether you have an advantage because of the judges and whatever, that's the way it should be done, and he did it, and I'm very proud of him, because now we know that he has it in him to dig deep and really want that, and not just expect it like a lot of other fighters would. You know what I mean? So big ups, man, to Robert the Ghost Guerrero, man. He really impressed me. And the controversy now with the main event is that I think people are taking this a bit too far and just reading shit or just remembering the fight in spurts and hooking that up with everything else going around the media and just calling robbery. I don't think that was the main focus when the cards were barely read. I think that was a problem. I think that is what frustrated Paulie Malignaggi and pissed him off. I don't think it was the decision, because in my opinion the right man won. I just think that bullshit 118 110 scorecard is what really did it, and now we're getting people crying robbery, and that's the worst robbery I've seen in 15 years, man. Come on, man. If that's a robbery to you, you obviously ain't seeing shit, because that was not a fucking robbery. It was a close fucking fight that went to the man, and this, this depends on what you like. You like the slick jabber, you know what I mean? Or you like the aggressor, the brawler, the come forward, the I want to take it from you type of fighter. That's what you basically gonna boil this down to. You know what I mean? It's personal preference. Me, I like the man that's gonna go out there and try to win. And Juan did pretty much what Robert did, but the difference is that Juan was in his backyard. You know what I mean? And Juan could have, taken a couple of rounds off, but he was digging, he was grinding it out, you know what I mean? And that's what they teach you in the gym, man. You be first, you fucking be first, be last, get out of there, do what you gotta do, man. And Paulie said it best. Paulie himself said it. This is what all these people gotta understand. Paulie said it in the post conference. He said that going into the last rounds, him and Diaz both knew it was a close fight, so they both stuck to their original styles. Paulie said he was backpedaling, moving backwards, and he says Juan was the aggressor. That right there shows you, man, that even he knew it was a close fight. He even said he had to rewatch it, you know what I mean? So let's not take this too far, man. Come on with all that, this is why boxing is dying, man. Miss me with that bullshit. Boxing ain't fucking dying. We've just had the biggest fucking sporting events and boxing in history, man. So shut the fuck up with that shit. You sound like a bunch of noob fucks, man. This was a good fight. Appreciate it for what it was. And if you know boxing, you know damn well Paulie's gonna get another shot, and a well-deserved one too, man. He deserves it, okay? But for all you other people crying, basically taking his side and talking shit about Juan when it ain't even Juan's fault, keep in mind the 3 gifts that Paulie got in a row, okay? Keep in mind the Indojo fight, the Indo fight, and the third gift is that undeserved fight with Ricky Hatton, okay, which made him a lot of money, okay? So you want to talk about politics, let's talk about all the politics. Don't just focus on something that's gonna make you sound like you're right at this very moment. Don't talk shit about Texas, whatever, being a biased fucking state, or city, or Houston being a biased city, man, because that's anywhere. You're gonna tell me New York is any better? You're gonna tell me California is any better? I mean, come on, man. Let's focus on the fight. It was a great fight. You know, let's focus on these fighters, man. Boxing is a beautiful fucking sport, you know what I mean? It's not a sport where you depend on anybody else. It's not a sport where if you're tired, your teammate will, you know what I mean, will jump in for you. It's not, man. This is a purest of all fucking sports, man. And now we should as boxing fans, we need to respect that, man. I don't see how the fuck you guys could say boxing is dying. I think yesterday just proved boxing ain't dying, you know what I mean? Controversy sells, and you know, whether we like it or not, man, it is what it is. And Paulie being as loudmouth as he is, he's gonna get hurt, and he's gonna get another shot, man, you know? So it's not even nothing to worry about, really, man. Those corrupt judges, man, yeah, fuck them, man. But you know what? They're gonna exist, man. They're gonna exist, and we're not doing any better by focusing on that shit, you know what I mean? I'm not one to sit here and cry that boxing is dying and MMA's taking over, because it's bullshit. It's not. It's all in your fucking heads. You guys need to wake up and appreciate, man, that these men are waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, grinding it out, getting beat up day in and day out in their fucking sparring sessions and their training sessions, just to give us a great fight, man. You know what I mean? And let's respect that. Let's appreciate that. No need to talk shit about fans in Texas. No need to talk shit about Juan Diaz. You know, Juan Diaz is a grinder, man. He's a fucking fighter, man. He's never had nothing easy, man. He had most of those belts when he was 23 years old, man. And most of you guys are just talking shit and using him as that outlet, man. You know what? It's not his fault, man. It's not his fault. Both of them gave each other respect. We should do the same, man, and focus on the great night of boxing that it was. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's as simple as this. If you like Paulie's style, if you like what he did towards the end when the fight was getting close, that's cool. I could see 7-5 for Paulie, man. I just can't give it to him because I don't like that style. I like the other style. I like the style where you're gonna go in the 12th round the way you came in the first, man, trying to take his block off, you know, trying to really take the fight and trying to win it the right way, you know what I mean? That's the way it should be, in my opinion, you know. And I'm not arguing against anything else. If you guys think Paulie won, you know, that's cool, man. But this is far from a robbery, man. I mean, it was a great fight, but far from a robbery. You know, it was one of the best close fights I've seen in recent time, actually. And this is what boxing needs, man. So let's quit focusing on that shit, man. Really, I've been reading all the boards, getting kinds of messages, and all the websites that I post at, you know, and people are just blind, you know. They get blind by what people say right away. You know, everybody jumps in that robbery bandwagon. You know, the HBO crew was basically sucking Paulie off the whole night, man. And you know what? That's what gets to these people, man. The HBO crew, man, they're fucking worthless sometimes, man. All they do is cheerlead. You know what I mean? They need to learn how to commentate, man. When I see boxing in other countries like Mexico or Canada, and they translate, or Japan, you know, and you notice a difference, man. These commentators are boxing fans, you know. They're doing their blow by blow. They don't give a shit. They're not favoring one fighter. They're doing their job, which is to commentate, not to cheerlead, man. And I think people need to take a closer look at these commentators too, because they can affect the way you think, man. And we shouldn't let that happen either, because it takes away from a great fight, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, that's my take on it. I was really surprised to jump on the boards last night and this morning and see all this controversy shit. To me, it was a clear-cut victory. I was like, cool, you know, Juan pulled it off. When I read that card, I mean, that was kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? But like I said, the right man won, in my opinion, and that's all that matters, you know what I mean? And I don't even know if it was the same guy or not, but the guy that scored 100 to 89 for Jacobs, man, they need to take a look at that dude too. I don't even know if it was the same dude or not, man, but that was also some bullshit, you know. The other fighters, you know, their opponents deserve some respect, man, and they deserve at least to get the rounds that they really did win. I gave Smith like about 3, maybe 4 rounds, you know what I mean? So that was not a fucking blowout by any means, and I don't know what that judge was thinking. But anyways, man, your boy's out. Any more questions, you know the email, you know where to find me, man. Peace.